Hello everyone, this is a 3v3 commentary battle between LH and DH. Myself, I'm playing as France, Banastri Tarleton as GB and Rattue as GB for LH. And for DH, there's Tyler the Great as France. There's Sigma as Austria. And Alpha on the far side as Prussia. Okay, well before we start I'd just like to say for Huntsman Bobby that you pronounce my name Rattue, as he's been asking a little bit. There you saw my howitzer shot. Here's Banastri's Highland foot. The lovely hats, and here we go. Right, the crew gets a little bit caught out here with his lights, so I get Tyler gets a few free shots in there. And basically, my plan, on my side, I noticed my opponent had no artillery, so I'm going to be using my one howitzer and sitting slightly off his lights, and I'm going to try and destroy all his cavalry before I even move. So you're going to see my artillery hitting his cavalry at the back there, and they'll be doing that throughout the lot until the cavalry are destroyed. That's my artillery there. So as you saw, I put some stakes down. No real reason for that apart from I have less lights. There's only 60 in each of my units, whereas he has 90, so my thinking is basically they're going to take up some of the shots. And as I say, I'm not going to do any real engagement. I'm going to help the crew out if he needs it, and I'm also going to help Banastri out if he needs it. And I'm just going to use my artillery and just pound Alpha. Here, the crew and Tyler are in a little light on light battle. So they're going to be doing that for a little while. The crew's also got a howitzer, which is firing over the top. Okay, and as we go out the line here, just looking at my lights and Alpha's lights, nothing really happening. As I say, my howitzer's going. I'm moving some cavalry across in the background there, can't really see it. But as you can see, I've been hitting his cavalry, and I'm going to keep depleting those cavalry, and the opposite cavalry on this side as well, those ones there. And Alpha's decided to move forward a little bit, as he's obviously noticed that I'm just going to sit there and pound for a little while while moving my cavalry across to the right to help the crew. And here just more light on light battle at the moment. And Austria also getting involved with the light on light battle now, they've moved up. So we had no real plan here, just basically to see what happened really. There was nothing really intended on what we were planning on doing. So as you can see, their cavalry is taking a few losses now, and Banastri's also moved a couple of lines up on my flank to help out just in case they attack, which was very kind of him. My cavalry is coming across now, as you can just see in the bottom of the screen. My cavalry coming across there. And still just a light on light battle at the moment. I find these extremely boring, light on light battles. I don't tend to get involved in them too often. So Banastri's now moving his lines up, as the Austrian player, I believe, is moving his lines forward too. Yes, they are. So at least the light battle will finish now, and they're going to go into a line on line fight there. As you can see, still nothing happening on my side apart from me just pounding the cavalry. And he's moving a line across now, Alfred, to sort out what Banastri's done on his flank. And Banastri's now here doing a line-on-line battle with Austria, which he should win very comfortably, as the GB lines are a lot better. The crew was in a bit of trouble over here. I have two cavalry units over here going in and out constantly on the flank. There you see him at the back there, going in now, constantly making them square, trying to give him a little helping hand. And as you can see, some Austrian units are starting to rout. Banastri's put some cavalry in, and some more cavalry going in now. This should stop them from firing and give them a great advantage. So there's some more cavalry going in there. And he didn't form square, so he would have taken a few losses there as well. So it's just a line-on-line fight in the middle. As I say, Banastri should win this pretty comfortably. He's got a much better line than the Austrians, and he's using his cavalry very well there. And now we've just started to engage in our light on light. Obviously Alpha's seen what's going on in the middle and realised that he's going to get outflanked as soon as Banastri is finished. and my artillery is still destroying more cavalry. Realistically, he should have probably attacked a long time before now to try and stop my artillery from doing that, or at least move the artillery into a position where I couldn't hit them, as they are the most vulnerable to artillery, the cavalry are. There's another little cav charge there from Tyler. And he's pulled his cavalry back there, hasn't done it fast enough, and they've taken some quite heavy losses there too. And here's Benastri in the centre. As you can see, the Austrian lines are folding away a little bit now. Not very many Austrian lines left there at all, actually. And now the cavalry charge from Alpha, which he's going to run straight into my stake line. And you can see all the cavalry just fall straight to the ground and straight through my stake line. Once, twice, 3 times there. And those cavalry will just rout away as nothing. I think there's a 4th cavalry unit going to come in as well and do exactly the same thing. Not entirely sure. Yep, there's the 4th cavalry unit now, going to come in and do exactly the same thing as the last 3. So he's going to fall straight to the ground as well. There they go, all fallen down, and they're going to rout away as well. I think his intention was to try and get rid of my howitzer. Obviously the rules in this game were no fixed art, max 5 lights. So only me and the crew, I think, took artillery. I'm not sure if Benastri did. I know none of the opponents did, which left them open, so they had to fully attack straight away. We normally don't take artillery. On this occasion we decided to, just because we don't use it that often. We thought it would be quite good fun. So we decided to take an artillery piece. As it was for me, especially, worked out very well. Managed to destroy the Prussian Lancers because of it. And now line on line fight, I've got 2 old guard on my flank. I have, which will hopefully be able to take their flank over pretty quickly. I also have an old guard on the opposite flank, which are going to go melee on his flank on my right, his left. They will. And these are the old guard unit here. Very powerful old guard. They also have a fear ability, which basically means they will scare other units that are nearby them, and if there are enemy units that are nearby them, and they'll also be able to rally any units that are nearby them from their own army too. I sent a cavalry charge in there to make them form square. I don't particularly like losing old guard. I prefer to lose the cavalry, so the cavalry unit can die and the old guard will stay intact, so they won't get shot at. So 2 old guard units there should scare them a lot, and they should rout away. This is the old guard on the opposite side now going melee. So he's going to go melee on this side, which is basically just going to help me out here because my right hand flank wasn't particularly strong. So the old guard will just pin them down, keep them busy while I'm shooting them up, and hopefully scare them a little bit too, make them rout a little bit quicker. Obviously I've lost 2 cavalry because I used them with the crew over on the far right, so I have no cavalry charge over here to stop the lines from firing, so that's another reason why I sent the old guard in. So they're going to be in melee for a little while there. The Prussian musketeers are formed square. As you can see now, the old guard done their job. My opponent's right flank, Alpha's right flank, is now folded and has been routed. The centre's also been routed now from the cavalry charge. The cavalry are still intact and sitting behind, although they are heavily depleted, serious losses going through there. And I believe the other unit on the flank is now routed as well, and I think that's pretty much all the Prussian units now routed. And this is on the far side now. Benastri's encircled Tyler here. This is Benastri's units. The other GB units there were the crews. And my cavalry now is going to charge in here. I then lose sight of the cavalry. I'm not paying any attention. He forms square. I still continue to charge and lose both those cavalry units. So I wasn't paying much attention there. Basically I'm going to move the rest of my French across to the right, apart from the 2 old guard units and 1 unit of light, which would be plenty enough to destroy that 1 foot guard and 1 musket unit. Here basically just going to move their lines forward and forward and forward, keep shooting at them until they've all routed away. They're going to be pretty scared at the moment because they are heavily outnumbered now on the battlefield, so they're going to be running pretty easily. And over here on the flank it looks like the crew's lines have taken some losses, and the Austrian, I believe that's the Austrian general, that's now routed away. And this is a Polish unit, French line unit. Probably they're a very good unit. They are. I particularly like their hats. Very fashionable. That's what I hear. And this is another Polish unit moving forward, I believe. And they will rout away nice and quickly, just simply because of the fact they're so heavily outnumbered. They get scared and run away. And that would be all their units routed away, I believe, apart from this Prussian general, which routs away pretty quickly. And that's really the end of the battle. It was a good game at DH. Tyler did very well on his side, I believe. Other than that, it was fairly straightforward victory for us. Benastri, I'd like to say well done to him in particular in the middle. Did a fantastic job there. Excellent stats. So well done, good game everyone, thank you.